Hello, welcome to ListCast, where the best things in the world come to be judged. On this episode,
the best video games of all time, with Quincy Johnson II, Adam Feuerberg, and Richard Bain.
Let's go through the rules quick for anyone listening for the first time or on the podcast for the first time. Everyone brought 5 picks for best video game of all time. They'll each go around the room one at a time and go through their pick, explain why they think it belongs on a list of the 5 best video games of all time. Mm-hmm. So once everyone has gone through their picks, that'll take us to a list of 15. Then each person takes turns cutting 2 picks from the list.
Oh, we're going to get so much hate mail.
So whatever you think is trash that doesn't belong to be there, doesn't belong to be there?
It made sense.
Wow. You can tell I'm not working tonight. I'll be reading a book through most of this. That will take us down to 9, and old Dad here is going to do the save this time.
Hey, Pop's going to hang around. Yay.
So,
you got a Bud Light tall boy. You are a dad.
I'm like, if I had to pick one game for the rest of my life.
You do, actually.
This is it.
We're going to make you play it and then murder you after this.
This is it, and I accept my fate in limbo. I pick Grand Theft Auto 5. It's just the best game ever. Like, the music is insane.
Fuck. They got Kendrick. They got Kendrick.
They keep
nobody
updating the music. Yeah. So that's what it's ever. It just, I don't know what the fuck the game's even turning into at this point. The online is like,
the online is super deep.
They
keep just giving you stuff.
You want to know
bananas?
You want to know how fucked up that game got me? I still have dreams about that announcement commercial when they were announcing GTA 5 online.
Oh yeah,
because it was like you started like on ground level, and then by the end you were in a plane flying over in formation with other fighter jets. Yeah. It's just a giant open online world, and I'm like, okay, the Matrix is gonna happen, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, that's our Matrix.
Absolutely.
That we're Neo in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what we're about to log. That shit is so fucking fun.
I forget the Trevor character. It's just like I hated him. But I'd still like play the game as him, and
it's like Scarface almost, where like you don't like him, and then he like has this side of him where it's like, oh, he's a person.
Yeah.
He's capable of love.
He beats up old ladies just
to fall in love with another.
All right. That's a good.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, hey, doggo.
Winter really likes that pick.
My dog.
She really likes that.
Disagrees
pick,
with your pick. So,
whoa, okay.
I guess that is cut.
Hot button issues.
I think Grand Theft Auto was 5 was the first one where you could kill animals. Did you know that? Yeah, like in
is that true?
In one of them,
because if so, that's amazing on my dog's part.
I think it's 3. You could like there was dogs, but when you go to hit them, they'd like move out of the way. Mm-hmm. And I remember reading something where the developers were like, "Yeah, you can run over people, but you can't run over dogs. We're not fucking monsters."
And then 5 came out. I was like, "No, we're
Grand Theft Auto 5. We're fucking monsters."
We're monsters.
How much are we making? Oh no, let them murder everything.
Quincy, what's your next pick?
All right, guys. Now this is okay. This is why I'm gonna be angry all day, because I had to pick one game from this franchise, and fuck me. This is such it's Final Fantasy VII. I'm going Final Fantasy VII. It redefined what the PlayStation was as a console. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The OG PlayStation, multiple disc PlayStation, bruh.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, God.
It was that, and it was that Metal Gear Solid that I remember like really made that stand out.
Yeah. But that game was so deep in terms of story, game mechanic, open the world exploration, jumping on the back of a chocobo, and you have to farm them and raise them and race them and train the ones that could go up mountains. And dude, like it was such a deep experience compared to the crap we were getting funneled to us with like Tecmo Bowl and shit, where it was like, what the fuck have I been missing? You know what I'm saying? Like that game just opened up what you should expect from a good game, and not just well, we made it bright and shiny and it flashes shit at you when you get a high score. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yeah, the storytelling was incredible.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
man.
the way that they would still cut back to like kind of classic looking graphics for certain menus, but then when they would cut into the video, like the actual like video generated that they generated the polygons, there was really nothing like it up to that point.
Yeah. True.
Especially because like that was also around the time where we really had access to gaming magazines and, you know, internet forums where we could learn the hidden secrets that these weird Japanese dudes locked in rooms were putting in. Like they were coding these fucking little minute things into the game, and the average person would never pay attention to shit like that.
Right.
Oh, you know, if you stand in this spot for 5 minutes and as the sun goes down and then cast this spell, this secret thing.
That's
How
insane.
the fuck would I know that?
that?
Even if I played every inch of that game, how would I know that?
All right, Adam TNG.
Oh,
What is your next pick?
I'm just gonna be Mr. Nintendo in this contest.
Okay.
My next pick is Super Metroid.
Oh.
I that game. It was, in my opinion, was the best game on the Super Nintendo, but it also set a genre, what they call Metroidvania, because one of the Castlevanias kind of followed that route and expanded. I think it was Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation. That was one of those games that just like blew everybody away. But the idea of it could still be 2D, but you were supposed to collect stuff, run around, and move to different parts of the map. And you'd start at one spot, you'd move to another, you could go back to that spot, find new places. It was an open world expressed as like a 2D map.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was one of those first kind of places where you could just go anywhere you wanted, but still kind of 2D look. So
yeah. Super Metroid was well, first of all, God bless women in gaming. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Samus.
Yeah.
We are allies here, guys. Just so you know, don't ever take anything I actually say as the truth unless it's.
I do want to know how many dudes were angry. Were angry
All of them.
when they found out that they were a girl for 40 hours.
Imagine the fallout.
Who am I? And then like they just reevaluate their lives because they hate themselves. And
Imagine
hate
if
women.
like message boards were huge the way they are now when Samus was revealed to be a woman.
I loved it.
There would have been so many angry.
Yeah. Just like
Angry.
self-hating dudes who had to find a way to define that.
I get to decide if I like Wonder Woman. You can't tell me I do. How dare you, sir?
Yeah. And my opinion is I want to be Wonder Woman in games all the time. She kicks a lot of ass. And she fucking
Great game. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I still
So
play
good.
it all the time.
Yeah,
it's
so
great.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bain.
Okay. This is a weird one.
Those are always the best picks.
All right.
So my grandmother invented this game.
Okay.
It's a family recipe.
This is my third pick is Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh.
And again, Valve, one of my favorite. It's just okay. I played Left 4 Dead 2 on like a team. We were on like a thing called Game Battles, and it's a ranked league, and there's seasons and stuff. And we were this is how much I love that game. I was like investing like 6 hours a day to be as good as these guys, and I fucking love this game so much. I love it so much. I don't know a better game, at least for me, that incorporates co-op, team, strategic attacks, and like I'm also a horror movie fan, so it's all done. Everything is horror movie related, and I mean it's if you play the campaign, it's actually like a horror movie. It's supposed to be like a horror movie, and when you have a team that knows what the fuck they're doing, and you're just demolishing people, it's one of those games where we just get wrecked. Get fucking wrecked. You got to get wrecked, and the games last for an hour straight. So you're just talking so much shit. Are getting shit talked, dude. We played some German kids one time that were like, "What the fuck is going on? Are they cheating? What is going on?"
You guys are on a team. It's just not like, hey, this is party of 12 versus party of 12, and one person dropped out. It's like No, dude, you know the strategy. Alpha 6.
Yeah.
Alpha 6, Tom.
You cannot play without people that know what they're doing. It's one of those games where, I mean, I'm sure most games, but like shooters, anybody can get into fucking Call of Duty and just start shooting, and you know what to do. You shoot and throw a grenade. Left 4 Dead is like, you know, you start with the boom. Like, there's certain characters that have certain powers, and I love that. I fucking
Oh yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of strategy to it.
It's a good pick.
Okay,
Quincy, what do you got next?
Okay, I have to. I'm calling my audible.
Your penultimate pick.
My penultimate pick. I'm calling my audible. I'm going to have to go with a game that just it's been a virus in my life. It's been a constant from its inception to now. My son's life, like it's never ending, and it's Pokemon. I'm gonna go gold and silver. I'm gonna go gold and silver because that was sort of in my mind when it really hit the hotbed of, oh, this is never leaving. It's everywhere.
Which system was that on?
Game Boy Color.
Was that the advanced one?
They brought an electric mouse, and they were giving fucking kids seizures watching their shitty anime. And that game is still here, and it's just I have a Pokeball grinder. You know what I'm saying? Like it's oh my god, Pokemon, man! It's everywhere.
You can't go wrong with Pokemon.
Did you guys ever play it as coming up?
I never, besides the original Game Boy, I never had one, and mine broke when I was a kid before the first Pokemon came out.
Okay.
And I never had another mobile system. So, but the rumor is that they're supposed to be making one like a legit Pokemon game for the Switch.
Do you want to know how diabolical Nintendo is? They have never made a 3D like Pokemon game.
Right. The closest are like the Coliseum or Stadium games,
and
but
that's
it's not
just
the
trash.
same. It's not the same. Yeah.
Compared to the joy of having, and you know, like they put more love into Pokemon Go than they ever will for a console. So to hear them put it on the Switch, they're coming after me. I know what the fuck you're doing.
Well, that's it.
I know you're watching me, Nintendo.
The 3DS and that line still makes them a ton of money, but that they're definitely going to focus just on that because they basically made a mobile console that you can just plug in your TV. So it's coming.
Sons of bitch, they want my money.
It's
they
coming.
want my life.
And
they're coming for my throat, Adam.
They're going to get it.
It's a good pick. All right. Adam F. What's your pick?
This wasn't on the list that we exchanged yesterday, but I was thinking about
you
this.
motherfucker.
I am
called
just
an audible,
blowing
guys.
everything up right now.
Cancel
starting
the
from
podcast.
scratch.
We'll start over.
This isn't even a game that I would say holds up for me today, but just in terms of my life, summer of 1996, the biggest baseball player in my life, and I'm sure in all of yours, was none other than Ken Griffey Jr.
Hell yeah.
Sticking with my Nintendo pick, it's Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, retro.
That game just ate up. Me and my buddy, we were huge baseball fans. We played in the same team, and anytime we would finish practice, we'd go home and just like play on each other's. Like I'd be at his house at Super Nintendo, or at my house Super Nintendo, like with the same cartridge. That game, it was designed by the guys that did Donkey Kong Country, and they're British. They didn't know what baseball was. But they had some of the coolest, because again, they're working with that engine, so they were able to make like actual stadiums, not just like generic ballparks. They had legit the stadiums that looked like the ones like I'm from Texas. They had the ballpark in Arlington. They had all the really details of every stadium. And my favorite thing was that if you didn't play for a second, the umpire would turn around, knock on the screen, and tell you, play the game, kid. I remember that. So I was like, fuck, these guys are brilliant. And they managed to make what I thought at the time was the best baseball game I ever played. And that's just testament to being the best.
Would have like, wasn't there like a home run derby aspect?
It was the first game that I remember having just a home run derby.
Yes, and we would do that fucking home run derby battles, and it got so heated.
Yeah, dude.
Love that game. Plus, I'm from Oregon, so King Griffey Jr. was like,
he was the god up there. Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Totally.
baseball before the steroids. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Oh, there was
Take it back to the
steroids.
national pastime. Yeah.
The amphetamines era.
Yeah, Dale Strawberry.
Yeah.
You know why Tim Raines always dove head first when he was taking second base? It wasn't because it got him an advantage. It was because he didn't want to break the glass Coke vial in his pocket. He admitted that in court. There's
That's amazing.
There's actual testimony.
That is the best thing I've heard all day, guys. Guys, this ListCast is over.
Well,
I just
that's
wanna talk
why.
about
Yeah,
this.
can't leave that.
Now
pipe.
we all know why he was known as Tim Rock Raines.
It is.
Wow. This is legit his
Rocks in his pockets, guys.
Uh,